Hi there. If you're new around here, you can call me Rose. And that's okay, because I'm new around here too. I'm back. For once, it is not windy, which means that it's very loud in my neighborhood. For some reason, there's a lot of traffic and a lot of people walking by, so please excuse the noise, but I'm going to do my best to get through this. I've already started it a few times, and now I'm starting over again, because that's what we do. We start over when we need to. So, we're in autumn now, and we're in October, which is my favorite month. I'll tell you why it's my favorite month, because it contains my favorite day of the year, which is Halloween, which is arguably the most creative of all days in the entire year. It's a day everybody gets to be creative. Everybody gets to make themselves over for one day. And they're not weird. It's socially acceptable to be anybody on October 31st. The fact that we're approaching Halloween kind of inspired it totally inspired the piece that I did this time, which was for the prompt, which was to square a circle. And I created a wreath that is in the shape of a rectangle. I'm not going to show it here. I'll show some pictures on screen right now. I named her Gladys Gumm after the incomparable Frances Gumm, aka Judy Garland. And it's just, I guess I kind of played fast and loose with this idea, because I just took something that's usually circular and I made it rectangular. But I did have a different concept for this prompt originally. I had a different idea in my head, but I decided to do something a little more whimsical and you know, play with some Halloween stuff a little bit, and I thought it came out fun, and I want to kind of keep going with that kind of Halloween theme throughout the month of October until we finally reach Halloween, because I just like it. I like Halloween. I'm a big horror movie buff. I've been watching B-movies since my birthday, and I've been a fan of American Horror Story for years, and I've been watching the new one, which is Apocalypse, which I'm not going to talk about because then we'll totally get derailed and get off track here. Also, to that end, I did not complete the other prompt that I gave, which was to write a letter to your past or future self, because I just wasn't in the right headspace to do it. And also, even if I had done it, I wouldn't read that letter here, just because I have a feeling it would be something that would be super personal and not something I would necessarily want to share with the internet right now. Maybe something I'm not particularly ready to share with the internet, because I have a feeling it would dig into my vulnerabilities a little too much. So put that one to the side on the shelf for now, but we'll get back to it. Maybe I'll do it a different time. Maybe someday I'll feel ready to read a letter like that to the internet, but today is not that day. Let's talk about motivation. I'll be honest, it's hard for me to stay motivated to do this channel, because the entire point, I guess, is that other people would take concepts or ideas that I had and kind of spin them in their own way and use them as a vehicle for their healing. But I have had no participation in the channel yet, and it's hard to stay motivated for something when it's so reliant on other people to make it what you want it to be. And so therefore it's hard for me to stay motivated to do this, because I could create all these things that I'm creating just for myself and not share them with the internet, and not have to go through the process of learning to make videos and uploading videos and editing the videos for what? For nobody to watch them, you know? It's even more difficult because I don't really have anybody by my side, anybody in my life that's encouraging me to keep going, to keep it pushing, and it's easy to just say fuck it and do something else, but in my heart, I guess I do believe in this idea, and I do want to see it come to be something greater than me, greater than it is right now, and I do hope that someday it will help somebody, that I can help somebody, that I can help a lot of somebodies, and not only help them to create and heal and just dig down into their soul and to find a compass for what's inside of them, to find their soul's compass and to keep going with it, and to not only use my ideas but to come up with their own ideas to create artistic leaders. That's what I really want to do. I want to create more artistic leaders. I care about what I'm doing, and maybe that's enough of a reason to keep going, and maybe that's enough of a reason to believe that maybe someday somebody will find me and they'll share me with somebody, and they'll share me with somebody, and then our mixtape can really be our mixtape and not just mine. So I suppose one of the best ways to stay motivated is to reach out and talk to people and tell them you need their support. And there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody needs support, especially if you're like me and you're trying to do something unconventional and that's maybe not quite palatable, but I still believe in its value, and I suppose that's enough for me to keep going. So, I'll keep it short and sweet. Got a lot of Halloween shit that I gotta get going on, but prompt 1 for next time is to make a new recipe. Find a new recipe that you've never made before, but make it your own. Do something to make it yours. I am maybe one of the best and worst cooks that I know, because I can make shit that tastes real good, but I never measure anything. I rarely use recipes, and I make stuff different every single time that I make it because I don't write anything down. I don't like to measure ingredients. I don't like to do any of that. I just like to cook and see what comes out of it. Usually it's pretty good, but because of this, I don't make things the same way twice. I think what I'm gonna do for this one is to make a recipe I never made before, but give it a Halloween twist, to something maybe you could take to a Halloween potluck or a party or something. And alternatively, if you don't want to do that, create a propaganda poster, a poster in the style of propaganda posters, or like agit pop art, and but do it for something that's not necessarily propaganda, because propaganda is, as we know it, is serious, and it's about serious issues and serious, social and public and health issues and things like that. Maybe do it about an unpopular opinion that you would have like on the internet, like maybe you like pineapple on pizza, so create a whole entire poster about how pineapple is supposed to be on pizza. I personally don't agree with you, and this would agitate me. But go for it, man. Just whatever you can think of that's maybe just not a super serious opinion. Just have fun with it and do it in the style. Do it in like an Andy Warhol style, and see what comes out of it. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for that one yet, but I have some ideas rattling around in my brain. So, like I say, going to keep it short and sweet. I'm going to remind you all that what you have to say, if anybody's watching, what you have to say is valuable, and what you have to do is valuable. Just dig down deep inside and bring it out. Pay attention to the compass of your soul. Pay attention to what speaks to you and what motivates you and what you feel you should dedicate yourself to, and just go for it, because you got what it takes and you're good enough. So keep on, keep it pushing. If nobody else in your life is here to tell you that, I am. Just keep going, because you deserve to do what speaks to you and what you think would speak to other people. Even if nobody's liking what you have to say right now, somebody will someday. You just have to keep saying what you need to say in your own unique voice, because your voice is just as important as anybody else's. So with that, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for giving me your time. Have a lovely day, and remember, go out there and make yourself.